Hello again, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're all well. Okay, so back in Truck and Logistics Simulator, and there's been an update. So a few kind of bug fixes and, yeah, other bits. And hopefully we'll kind of discover them as we're going. So as you can probably tell, we're in the transit drop side, the Julie. And, oh, bloody epic games. Let me quickly close that off. It's so annoying. It gives you pop-ups and they come up over games. This isn't from Epic, by the way. It gives you a pop-up and you can't bloody get rid of it when you're playing a game. Right, so what we're going to do is go down to this dot here, get another job, and then hopefully during the next episode at least, we'll have the one of the trucks, so a rigid. That's what the plan is. We might have it in this one, but I can't guarantee that, so I don't want to let everyone down. Right, so let's have a look. So not enough. Obviously it does pay well per kilometre, but we need some big monies. So let's do this job. That'll be all right. And yeah, just get straight into it. Okay, more tower lights. Yeah, so when I delivered these before, we didn't actually have any that big. We had generators that big and much bigger, but they were much smaller units than this. Okay, attach. And that camera. Oh. I might be being thick here, but I think... Oh. I think previously the backup camera was black and white. What's going on with this? It's stalling very easily. So one of the updates was actually clutch. And I hate to say it, it feels not as good as before. But let's see as the episode goes on. It might have just been me not being used to playing this, but I'm on the wrong side of the road. The only other driving game I've played since recording this last time was Farming Simulator. Strange. Right, let's put the headlights on. And we're going up here. The force feedback feels good, but then, like I said, last game I played was Farming Simulator, and the force feedback on that is shockingly bad. So, yeah, not much for comparison. So I did get asked the other day what I'd go for if both of these were on console and I could only choose one. Definitely this, 100%, 1000%. It's so much better. Did I even say Alaskan Road Truckers? It's so much better in every way, I think. And the thing is, if enough people request it, they could put snow on this. So obviously, yeah, you do get snow in cities, and it's usually kept quite clear, especially bus routes, ambulance routes, and all that kind of thing. With gritter lorries in the UK, and yeah, out in the sticks, sometimes you see farmers scraping the roads and stuff like that. But that could be implemented. That's the thing. Developers can only go off. Like when they bring out new content, they can only really go off what's in their imagination to start with. So that's why it's always good to, yeah, suggest stuff. But yeah, this would be good with ice, wouldn't it? Snow and ice. Yeah, so I grew up in the middle of nowhere and a little village. And the main roads were done, but apart from that, you just had to put up with it. And in the UK, it's not that common to have a set of winter tyres So you're just on normal tyres all year round. And yeah, I'm not like saying that I'm a good driver in the snow or anything, but it certainly gives you some practice when you pass in August your driving test, and then yeah, a few months later it's snowing and you're on untreated roads and an idiot as well, let's be honest. Oh, we're meant to be over there. Yeah, I went in a ditch once, and yeah, I don't know how, but I managed to just reverse out. It was spectacular. Yeah, it was black ice, and yeah, I was just screwed. Okay. Right, what's happening with traffic here? I'm just going to wait and watch this. I just want to see what happens. Okay, so... Oh my goodness. I'm going to have a look in settings in a second. Let's get a little bit further, but I'm just going to see whether there's some kind of dead zone been added to the clutch. Because it does feel different, and it feels a little bit worse, genuinely. Which is a shame, because it wasn't right before. Let's pull over here, quickly have a look through. It wasn't right before, but it did feel better than this. Right, let's have a look. Maybe on options. I don't want to put auto clutch on. Right, so it's not there. Graphics, just check to see whether there's anything else. Not that I can see. Okay, so control mapper, I don't think it's going to be here. That's my H shifter, by the way. Yeah, I don't want the clutch as a button. Calibrate. Oh, I don't really want to press this in case I bugger it all up. Ah, okay. So what about if I turn it right up? That might work. Yeah, really, all of these should be fully sensitive, shouldn't they? I might be ruining this, so don't copy me. I'm definitely no expert or anything like that. Right, now let's try pulling away nicely. Yeah, I'm against that curb there, by the way. That might have made it better. So that setting might have been there before. If it was, I am sorry, developers, for being a dickhead and not noticing it. What game was it where I completely ruined my controls once by accident? It's one of these mega games with all the buttons. Oh, it was bloody Microsoft Flight Simulator. My goodness. Setting your controls up on that. Like, take at least a month off work. And why don't they? With so my steering wheel here is alright. So obviously I can see, if I look at the buttons, it says like X, left 3, all that kind of stuff. But why don't joysticks have that? So I've got the Thrustmaster something joystick, not the expensive one, the black and yellow one, or orange, whatever it is. And yeah, it's got like think 12 buttons just on the base, and none of them have got like names on. So I thought, that's right, I've got a label printer, you know, one of them ones that kind of embosses little labels. So I thought I'll stick that on so I can put, like, I don't know, flaps. So I did that, going through, and I'm on Microsoft Flight Simulator, going through the controls, printing them out as I go. None of the flipping things stuck to it, did they? So the only way of doing that is sanding it down so it's got something to grip onto. But it would be so nice just to have the numbers of the buttons, because then the prompts that you get on the screen would say, like, raise flaps or extend flaps button 1, and then you'd have a reference, but you just look down at it and think, well, what am I doing then? And you press all the buttons, and one of them's like the ejector seat and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, it's just ruined. It's like when I first played Farming Simulator, and I was just overwhelmed with the controls, so I just didn't use most of them. Oh. Come on now. My ex's best friend had a Toyota Prius, and she was a completely terrible driver, and the one she had, at least, I don't know whether they all do, had a reverse camera, and you wouldn't believe that it worked, the reverse camera, looking at the back bumper. It was Mark 1 Mondeo standard bumper. If you know, you know. Come on, mate. Excellent. They're going a different way. Okay, how are we doing? So 12 minutes, and I think we're about there now. Yeah, and someone did point something out that I should bring up as well. So yeah, I said about there needing to be a hard mode, and then I moaned that that was a speed van there. I moaned that transit van, no, sorry, the MAN panel van wasn't earning enough. So yeah, bit of a hypocrite there. The reason why I moaned was firstly because I'm an idiot, but secondly I just had this grand plan of being able to go through every vehicle, like a new vehicle every episode, and yeah, I know that it was hypocritical of me. Right, so oh, I won't be able to do it, it's too far. So into reverse. Come on, don't ride the clutch. Okay. Right, so 36. So I think we need 6 grand more now. So yeah, let's quickly go over to this and have a little look-see. That's basically going exactly back the way we came. That'll do. I know that's not enough, but that'll do because it's close. Well, something weird just happened on OBS. So I don't know whether that was just my preview screen, but that looked all dotted just as I glanced across, and it wasn't on my screen. What am I doing here? Stalling. I saw the trailer, but I don't think the ramps were down. Is that even my... Yeah, that's my van. What am I meant to be doing? Oh, am I putting that in there? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Is this what I'm meant to be doing? It looks like it, doesn't it? Okay, well that's pretty cool. But this is going to be catastrophic. And how much am I meant to be putting in? So 12. Oh my goodness. I am really sorry about this, everyone. I'm not doing this for comedic effect. So the mouse control was great for doing the the forklift, but this movement is a little bit mind-boggling to me, but I am probably substantially older than most of my audience, so maybe you'd struggle less. So we'll pop these in, and then I think what I'll do is do the rest off camera, because this is going to be, well, unsubscribing content, I believe. Painful content. Oh my. Yeah, so I'm going to do the rest off camera. There's 10. So back in just a moment. Okay, so it's saying move back to the... Okay, right, there we go. And then load that up. Sorry I skipped that bit, but honestly that was painful to watch. So I didn't want to waste everyone's time. Oh, a rock just exploded over there. Did you see that? That one just there. If you go back a moment, you'll see that. Right, so... I didn't load them very well, did I? Back into this camera. Dead end. You can set the joystick up, or anything you want, for the forklift and front loader and all that kind of stuff. All them tools. So I did notice that. I wanted to see whether a handbrake that would work that was I don't know what you call them, but not a switch basically. And I don't have one of them fancy handbrakes, but I do have a joystick. So just so that I could let people know in case anyone asks, I hooked that up as a handbrake and it was really good. But yeah, obviously it's not designed for that because it's got lots of axes, and yeah, it's not very good for drifting. But anyway, yeah, so I did notice that you could use the joystick for the movement of that, so that'd be really good. That would have made it a lot easier for me. But yeah, I haven't got that much time to record today because work's really busy, so yeah, I didn't really have time to set it up. Right, here we go. Yeah, and someone asked what this is like. I'm going through that, Red, on a controller. So I've only got a kind of clone, a Chinese clone of an Xbox controller. I'll probably get a genuine one, like a genuine branded controller, next month, and then I'll be able to do proper reviews. But until then, it's best to ask on channels where they've got legitimate controllers, because obviously I could tell you that it was alright on my controller, but on someone else's genuine controller it might be amazing. So yeah, currently on a G29. I think the force feedback feels better as well, by the way. I should mention that. Yeah, it feels alright. Come on, mate, we haven't got time for this. Yeah, I keep glancing across and having a look at my OBS recording software. So in that load screen, there wasn't an error on my screen, so I hope that that wasn't recorded. Whenever there's a graphical glitch that I notice, I do point it out. So like with the, I think it was on this one, the draw distance the other day, I noticed that, so I pointed it out. But if there's something massive on the screen, I'd instantly notice that. So I'm not avoiding saying bad things about this game. And yeah, obviously this was sent to me for free as a play test, but it's not sponsored, so I can say whatever I like about it. Same with all my games. And yeah, if someone is sponsored and don't admit to it, they're breaking YouTube rules, and they can have their channel like deleted, gone, for breaking it. So I wouldn't ever risk that, because I've worked so hard for this channel, so many hours. I'm not moaning though, I love it. Right, I think they're new, aren't they? The little grow tunnels. Oh, I hate to say it, the brake wine's still in. That's a shame. Bike rentals. Okay. Do we need bikes? Is that a thing that's coming in the future, I wonder? There are a few cycling games, and like, obviously I'm always on the lookout for new games, and when these cycling games come up, I just think, really? Like, but yeah, each their own. And cricket games as well. I should just request a key and see what they're like, because maybe yeah, maybe they're a lot better than I presume they're going to be. Right, where's the dot? So that in front of me now is a ramp, by the way, so you can jump that and yeah, land somewhere. Oh look, we actually have to dump. Okay. So let's go forward a little bit so that it's easier for the guy in that. And straighten it up just a little bit. Yeah, I didn't realise that this was a dump trainer. Okay, and yeah, this is a little bit slow. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So my mouse mat, which is like standard size mouse mat, that was 9 from the back to the front. So yeah, back to front, lift the mouse up, drop it back down, back to front. That was a lot of effort. So that needs to be sped up, in my opinion. Right, what's happening now then? Are we free from it? Is it detached? Yeah. Yeah, these dualies, you can only really break traction if you've got really loose surface. Unless they're geared low, obviously. Right, so how much money have we got now? 41,314. So let's really quickly take a job that's just going to take us over that 42 grand. What time are we at? 25 minutes. Right, so we're looking for distance. 626. Is that going to be enough? Let's do that one, just in case. Right. Oh, all right. Mercedes, I love them. Right, white van man to the rescue. Let's get this done quick. Obviously, when we move to lorries, I'm not going to be drifting. I'm going to try when we first get it, but very unlikely. I did in real life try to drift a 7.5 ton once, and not good at all. It was off-road, and it was perfectly safe to do so, but yeah, that really didn't work out. I didn't crash or anything like that, but yeah, yeah, in my opinion, can't be done. Right, and we're going in this one. Yeah, so that was the second company I worked for, and I hated them, absolutely hated them. They treated staff like rubbish and had no heart. So to apply to be anywhere above a driver, I think the requirement was heartless. And yeah, I worked there far too long. Right, so 42 grand. But yeah, once they sent me out in a 7.5 tonner for some kind of punishment. But one of the sites, there was 46. Oh, bugger it. Yeah, one of the sites there was, oh, it was this one that I was looking at then. Oh, I really wanted to go rigid. Yeah, there was a bit of loose surface, so I just went for it, but yeah, it didn't work. What I'm going to do, I'm going to really quickly go and do a job off camera, so I'll do it in this. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, sorry about that. So we've got enough now, so we've got almost 48 grand. So let's buy this. So others are available, but out of our price range, and I'm pretty sure I haven't driven the Scania yet on here. So purchase vehicle, 440 horsepower, so let's customize it. Yep, we'll have xenons, nice. Window tints, no. How is it inside? We'll leave it standard. That's that. So let's have it grey, because otherwise that's going to really bother me. Yeah, so as I thought, you can't do the convoy with the truck. Okay. Right, so we've got this now, so let's have a look into it. King of the road, drive a truck / rigid truck. Okay. Right, lights. Nice. Horn. So it's going to be like loud for a second. Okay, so same horn as the Volvo that I drove. And inside, yep, this looks nice. So, pretty Scania-esque. Right, so it will probably be easier if I do this from outside. So gear position 1 on my H shifter, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then reverse, just got the 1 reverse. Okay, so let's go for a little drive, shall we? So obviously empty at the moment. So obviously in real life you skip gears, so if I was empty I'd probably be starting in 3rd, or yeah, so with this I think probably 2nd is the best one to put away in. Yeah, again, feels a little bit quick. So I did say on my playtest that I think the lorries need to be brought down a little bit in speed, because lorries are slow and the brakes are very, very sharp on the lorries on this game, I've found. But let's go down to a job location. How much fuel have we got? I think it's given us half a tank. Half a tank. Yeah, we'll go down to a job location, and I'm really pleased that this is in the game, Rigids, because some of the people that have watched my ETS series, they love the game, they love playing it themselves, but they hate the whole trailer aspect. And yeah, it is annoying. I've obviously done it in real life, so it's easier for me. But when I first did a job where I had to pull trailers, so it was just a truck, just like a Navara and a trailer, I detested it. I detested learning it, and I just hated it. I hated my life at that point, because it wasn't paid that well. It was doing the generator thing. Wasn't paid that well, and it was just bloody awkward. So I love driving in real life. I adore driving. Not in London. I'm allergic to driving in London. It makes me emotional. But yeah, I really did start hating driving when I was learning how to take trailers around. So yeah, I'm glad that they've put Rigid in, basically. And I think others should do the same. Right, so as you can see, before, oh look at that, all the 6s. But I'm not going to take that because that's a trailer. As you can see, this has jumped up about 200 per kilometre. That's probably just short, yeah. So let's take this one. And I really do hope that it's going to be... Oh, look at that. Perfect. So this is exactly what I wanted it to be. In the warehouse and load from the start. Okay, so load it in. 3 of. My goodness, Jolly, what are you doing? Yeah, that was an utter fail. That was my fault, by the way. It wasn't game or controller. It's purely my fault. Right, so the clutch does feel different. I would have stalled about 97 times by now. Right, smash it into the bulkhead. And number 2, I do like the way it kind of straps it down as well and puts it into position for you, so you don't have to be entirely accurate. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could. If you were going for that realism, you could really worry about getting it in the middle and be one of them excellent forklift drivers, the many of them that I've met in the past that, yeah, properly line all the stuff up. Because when you've got a wonky load, it's so annoying. And especially if you're curtain sider and the load is against the curtain and you can just see it in the mirror throughout your journey. Right, there you go. Right. So load cargo using a forklift, slow and steady. Right, so I like that. I like that a lot. So let's just quickly test. So we've got rear steer on this. Yeah. Okay. I'm not a fan of rear steer, I've got to admit. But many people are. It's because I'm like old school. There's no GPS directions coming up at the moment, so I'm going to head that away. And hope that something comes up, because if not, I'm just guessing, aren't I? Yeah, nothing's coming up though. So I'm going to have to go on a map now and see where we are. Here. Okay, so it has gone wrong there. So I need to go right. Yeah, it really does launch. So obviously lorries do have a lot of torque and yeah, a lot of horsepower, but you don't pull away like this in a lorry, even when you go for it. So when you see a gap in traffic and you put your foot down, it doesn't react like this. But obviously they've done that because yeah, lorries are painfully slow in real life sometimes, and yeah, sometimes even dangerously slow. If you're pulling out of a turning with a blind corner, you just have to kind of hope for the best. Right, so I am leaving this in. Traffic has gone wrong, so I'm gonna have to go around it. I haven't got a front mirror. I would like a front mirror on this. So the front mirror is ideal for that kind of situation, just to make sure that you're going to clear something as you spin round. The front mirror did actually save a cyclist's life years ago when I was driving. So I was in London and this absolute dick on a push bike decided to go just in front of the truck, like where the number plate is basically, and lean on the front of my lorry, because he was on one of them fixies, are they called? The one gear push bikes, and he was like, oh, I don't know what you call them, but them foot things that, like, them shoe things that make your shoe stick to the pedal. He had them as well, but he was just leaning on the front of my lorry and I didn't know he was there. So just before I pulled away, in London basically, when you're driving, as soon as the light goes green, you have to be doing 5,000 miles an hour, otherwise you get road raged. So I was just about to put away, just glanced up in the mirror and saw something. So bearing in mind I'm looking straight down on him, I just saw something there and thought, what is that? And it was a bloody cyclist. I would have definitely run him over and not even noticed, because when you pull away in a lorry, it's all like clunky and you're like bouncing around and stuff. You wouldn't know if you ran a cyclist over, you wouldn't have a clue. Oh, speeding van, so a little radar van there. Yeah, people really don't understand the blind spots of a lorry. Right, there is a speeding thing the other side of this. I don't actually know what the speed limit is. Let's do 50. And I'll show you the cruise control in just a second again as well. So, oh, this is downhill. Okay, so let's set the cruise control for silly amounts. Okay, so as you can see, we've gone past what this gear is capable of. It's a silly move, Johnny. So that was just changing gear with the clutch, and it didn't disable the cruise control. So yeah, I like the cruise control a lot. You can also up it or down it using buttons. So I've got it set on my G29 as the plus and minus button, and it moves it up or down by 5 kilometers an hour. Anyway, right, touch the brakes because I'm going way too fast. So touching the brakes disables the cruise control, and the accelerator. Oh, jolly, wrong place to check it. Right, I know this is horrendous driving. Right, accelerator also turns cruise control off, so it doesn't in real life. You can go a little bit faster, which is good when you're overtaking, because you can build your speed up a little bit as you're approaching whatever you're overtaking. Overtake it, slide in front, and then you just let the cruise control bring the car back to the required speed. Right. I hope that we have to reverse up to a bay when we do this delivery. It feels quite nice inside, so obviously I'm used to ETS. That mirror is a little bit narrow looking, isn't it? If we're honest. So if I had a mirror that narrow in real life, I'd have it angled much further outwards. Same with the top mirror there as well. I like just having about 2 centimetres in real life, a centimetre or 2 centimetres of the body of the vehicle that I'm driving in the mirror, and then the rest of it, just the rest of it. I'm just going to quickly try something, so I'm going to try leaning forward with the face tracking. Okay, so obviously when you do that in real life, your mirrors change, don't they? Like the perspective changes, and you do a lot of that as a lorry driver to combat some of the blind spots. You move around a lot in the lorry. But the mirror stays exactly the same, I think. So yeah, that's a little bit unrealistic. Yeah, because obviously you're never going to be able to see round corners, but just having that extra, even if it's only a foot more visibility when you lean forward and back, it really does help. Okay, right, here we go. So we're delivering over here to a container yard by the looks of it. Oh, that's boring. Yeah, I know that's a curb, but we're bounced up here. That's such a shame. I wanted to deliver up against that or something, or maybe even go in. Okay, right, so I'm going to sound a bit muted. I'm leaning away from the microphone. For a moment there, I went the wrong way because I was driving as if it was a trailer, and then it didn't move, and I wondered what was going on. What's going on, Jolly, is you're driving a rigid. Right, so let's give this a try. I don't think this is going to work. No, won't be able to drift this. I didn't think so, but gotta try, haven't you? Right, how about handbrake turn? Are we going to flip it? No. Okay. What time are we at? 45 minutes. Let's do that one. it's only a short journey, and then I'll end it there. Okay. I wish the camera was the inside camera when you started, because I never use the external camera really, do I? I've only really use the internal. Okay. And get that in. Oh, you're joking, aren't you? Yes, I'm not a qualified forklift driver in real life. Oh, I'm going to do this off camera. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so I don't pretend to be a forklift driver. I've got subscribers that are forklift drivers, and oh, that other one as well, Long Reach. I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, I did get offered training before, but then I heard nothing about it after, like from one of the companies that I work for. I think they just forgot, and I was too polite to ask. I didn't really want that pressure anyway, though, because that company, I'd love that company. First lorry driving company I worked for. Treats you really well and everything, but some of the pallets that they used to get were so flipping awkward, and it was always like fast-paced loading, and I would have hated that kind of pressure and responsibility as well. I'm quarter Irish, so I've got that trait where you worry too much. So I would have loaded up a lorry and then just constantly been worrying that I did something wrong, and until I knew that lorry had done the delivery, I'd just be fearing for their lives, basically. I always try, so whenever I get a job, I always try my very best to do everything right and to work hard and everything. But yeah, with that Irish trait that I've got, you can never get rid of that. Okay. Yeah, so I do like the truck. It does accelerate way too fast. The brakes are way too sharp as well. Are we delivering it in that bit? No, over here. Oh, that's a shame. Obviously, we wouldn't be able to get it in there, but it would be nice to go up against the bay as well. Oh, we got reverse camera. We've got reverse camera in this. So yeah, lots of rigids have got cameras all over them now, which is good. It's safer. Right, so let's quickly do a brake test as well, because I haven't really done that yet. So I'm just going for it a bit, and then I'm going to slam on the brakes. Right, so 50 miles an hour. Right, we did get some screech. Hopefully that was heard. I'm going to try it again. I know I'm almost out of fuel as well. Yeah, 30 miles an hour. Right, ready? Yeah, there is some screech there now, which I don't think was in before, but they accelerate and brake too quick, unfortunately. One more thing as well. Let's test the physics as I put away. So I'm looking for the suspension at the front to lift a little bit, suspension at the back to drop. Yep, so it does that. And then under heavy braking, the sun's in my eyes. Let's go around the corner. Right, heavy braking now. Okay, I quite like the cap shake, but yeah, lorries do dip a little bit more than that at the front. Anyway, right, so I'm going to leave this one here. So thanks for joining me, everyone. I do really appreciate each and every view. And if you've enjoyed this, please feel free to join me in the next one. So, cheers everyone, and bye for now.